Hello, and welcome back to another Elevated Marketing Dad podcast, where we attempt to simplify complicated digital marketing topics to help your business grow. So, I don't know if this one's really complicated or I wanted to talk about it because I feel like I get this question sometimes of, can I get like this list of, exactly what you're going to do? And a lot of times this will come up in when we're maybe at the beginning stages of working with a potential client. So, like at the proposal, and they're really looking for that concrete, this is what we're going to do. And I think that right there, when I just think about when somebody gives you this package of marketing and they tell you this is exactly what they're going to do right off at the beginning, it's already flawed in my mind, right? I mean,
Yeah, no, I certainly agree. And I know we have our reasons as to why we believe that.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I definitely agree.
Well, it kind of treats it like a checklist
Hmm.
with marketing. If I just, do these checklist of items, then I will be successful. And what it doesn't consider to me with me when you have that package of marketing and those specific tactics is that you're not considering the strategy of why you need different tactics. And marketing is not a checklist. I have to ask a lot of questions to really understand, and it's just not designed to be easily sold. um,
No,
Hard, right?
yeah. Well, and I mean, let's say business A needs SEO. Well, business B, sure, we should work on SEO, but should it be the main focus? No. However, in these packages, it's usually sold as a unit. And so it's just really hard to gauge exactly what your business needs right off the bat. And those packages are designed before these agencies even know you exist. And so that makes it, uh,
Or you're like looking for like this package that says, well, I'm going to get X, number of social media posts or Y number of like blog posts. And like that makes it really hard to kind of in your brain be like, oh, well, there's value because I'm going to get this much and I'm going to get that much. And it really kind of negates how marketing really should function as more of a I'm going to drive revenue. I guess it's also, you could tie that into like ROI. Like if I do this, then I'm just going to get this.
yeah. Well, and I mean, I think a lot of us are conditioned to just automatically think the more the better. And we know that's certainly not the case. It's definitely quality over quantity. And
Hmm.
these packages definitely tailor to those higher quantities of things. And so, I,
Yeah.
yeah.
I also think of this topic on packages, on understanding where somebody's at in their growth of a business, and you know and growth to online marketing or just growth in your own marketing. And there's so many varied levels of where people could be. So when you're presented a package, and if you're presented a package after one sales call or two sales call, like that is not deep enough in research to really understand where you're at. It makes it again easier to be like, oh, okay, yeah, check, I'm going to get this. But it's generic in terms of where you're at in your growth of a business.
For sure. And a strong audit creates a stronger strategy, but you're just very limited when it's kind of a one size fits all scenario.
Yeah. And when a company is first kind of talking to you maybe about your marketing, you know they're uh, you can't have countless really good strategy meetings before you even get off the ground. Like, time is money for you, time is money for, a potential agency that you're working with, and doing a really good job, that strategy is really what you should be paying for.
For sure. There's definitely value in the brain power it takes to create a strategy that is specific to you and your business needs, but also your audience needs as well.
Yeah. And it those packages also can override like your go to market strategy, like standing out in a crowded marketplace and executing. Like, maybe you could see in a package where, okay, we're going to work on messaging, we're going to work on audiences, we're going to work on your data. Like, yeah, those are pretty standard items, but like what exactly those are,
Mhm.
you got to have like strategic pivots in there.
Yeah. And something that crosses my mind when I hear like packaged marketing is okay, well, if they're selling packages, what are the chances that some of these strategies they're using on one client is used on the next client? So, how much duplication is there being done?
Yeah.
And that's just not effective in helping you stand out from the crowd.
Well, it negates that the market is going to change.
Yeah.
We know the market's going to change, so it's like you're buying simplicity, and you're buying stagnation at the same time.
Yeah.
So, if you're expecting that when you buy this package it's going to be the same, or if you're currently working with an agency and it's been the same like delivery, then you're really just buying simplicity, which marketing is not simplistic.
No, no. When you have a more customized strategy with your marketing, then you're able to pivot. I won't say easily, but it's more accessible to pivot. If you're stuck in a package, then, well, times are changing, but we're still we're still chugging along. And yeah.
Yeah, well, and then if you're not tying it to revenue, so we like to say that sales is marketing. So if there's you're still kind of doing the same things, but the revenue is not going up, it's time to dig in to figure out what it is that you're doing. What are the factors that's not causing the revenue to go up? Because at the end of the day, when you're doing marketing, your revenue should be going up.
Yes, yes. And if we're just checking boxes to say that we did things because it's part of a package deal, then unfortunately it's not going to give you the outcome that you're looking for with revenue.
Yeah, I think about this from a data standpoint too, from like first auditing your data to ongoing data. Like, the data really should tell you like where to go and what to do next. So while I could again see, I I feel like in the beginning, like there are some like, okay, we're gonna do really big buckets of type of marketing. You have to kind of put that in maybe a proposal and you give that to someone, but the strategy part of it, like the part that you're gonna get really excited about buying, is not gonna come until after the research and the strategic thinking comes about.
Yeah. Well, and I also think about too just data going long term as well. If you have all of this data from the past of these packaged marketing strategies, then it's really hard to move forward from that with historical data because it's all likely going to look the same.
Well, and packages also are often like outsourced
Mhm.
to either AI, or it's outsourced to a freelancer or something like that. And so when you have that outsource, or software, like you're you might be paying for something that is not strategic because it's in order, and that's really how AI is designed, is to do that next logical step.
Yeah.
So again, that might be a ding, ding, ding to you. Like if you're working with someone and it's the same thing over and over, yeah, it's really, really easy, but it's probably not effective.
Well, and I think that there's maybe a lack of accountability to some degree when it comes to package marketing because, who's to say whoever's selling that to you can't come back and say, "Oh, well, you agreed to this."
That's true. That's true. Well, I think we could probably hash this back and forth. And we are just not big believers in packages of marketing. I honestly think if you see a package of marketing, you should probably run. It's
Yep.
a red flag that this is not going to be a strategic partnership. It's just going to be a execution partnership, and you really don't want that.
Yeah. Look at it as it's like a Band-Aid. You're just putting a Band-Aid over something to fill the void.
There you go. All right. Well, if you enjoyed today's show, certainly head over to our website at elevatedmarketing.solutions. We do have a newsletter where we wrap up all of these topics into a monthly newsletter, or you can follow me, Jennifer Denny, Denney, not like the restaurant. All right. Take care. Bye now.